What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the stimulus check update, fourth stimulus package update, daily news, and everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., money, investing, the stock market, and everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you're new to our YouTube channel, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thanks so much for hitting the like button down below. You guys are amazing. We got a lot to talk about here. Congress is considering multiple different items of new stimulus relief for people, for businesses, new stimulus packages. And one billionaire takes it into his own hands to lower prices for people. We got a lot to talk about here in this video, so let's jump right in. Here we go. Billionaire Mark Cuban, you probably know him from the hit TV show Shark Tank, is making a lot of news right now because he has opened an online pharmacy store to provide much cheaper, affordable, generic pharmacy drugs for a lot cheaper than you can get in a lot of other places. And it's making headline news as Congress is trying to force pharmaceutical companies by law to lower their prices. Shark Tank star Mark Cuban is doing it on his own accord. Pretty interesting. Yeah, you can see here billionaire investor Mark Cuban launched an online pharmacy that offers more than 100 generic drugs at an affordable price with the goal of, quote, being radically transparent in its price negotiations with drug companies. Wow. Yeah, he's also the owner of the Dallas Mavericks NBA basketball team. And check this out, it's very interesting. It actually, from the comments I've been reading here on several different articles, this actually might save you hundreds or thousands of dollars on your medications. Check this out. Okay, so the website is actually called the Mark Cuban Cost Plus Drug Company. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just thought that this was a kind of a way to give back to our community and save them money because, that's pretty much what my channel's all about here. The website is actually costplusdrugs.com. Costplusdrugs.com, or you can Google it here. Go to it after the videos here over because I got several other things, stimulus here to talk about, a lot of different things here. But he touts here, you can see his this is kind of what the website looks for, his pictures here. All these different things here. He says, I don't even want to try to pronounce some of these things, but imatinib, the retail price for this prescription is $2,502. They sell it for $17. It's a generic for Gleevec. Another generic for Albanese, Albanesa. The retail price is $437. They sell it for $33. Another one here, retail price is $959. They sell it for $36. Lisinopril, I know because I actually take this. It's a blood pressure medication. The retail price is $24. They sell it for $3. Fluoxetine, which is a generic for Prozac, they sell for $3.90. Retail price is $22.94. So they have all these different prescription on here. Sertraline, generic for Zoloft, the retail price is $74. They're selling it for $3.90. You can see all these different prescriptions on here. Yeah, just kind of again, they have over 100 different ones here. You can see here for pretty much everything under the sun. And you can see some of these you can save hundreds or thousands of dollars here. Again, the website is costplusdrugs.com. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. Maybe Mark Cuban should give me a call. But yeah, definitely this is just kind of a way for people to save money here. This is making headline news. Again, I got the article from Forbes.com. As you can see here, Forbes.com making major headline news. Another thing you can see here, for example, the leukemia drug, imnatinib, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, is priced at $47 a month. And on the Mark Cuban website is compared at $9,657 is the retail price. The online pharmacy's prices for generics factor in a 15% margin on top of the actual manufacturer prices and a $3 pharmacist fee. The markups on generics average normally 100%, and while the Wall Street Journal reports in some cases it exceeds 1,000% on markups. They're only factoring in a 15% markup. So this is where they're not being greedy. Mark Cuban's already a billionaire, and they think that they can make plenty of money by not being greedy with a 15% margin. So instead of charging people like you and I over 100% markup or 1,000% markup, like the Wall Street Journal reports, they can charge only a 15% markup and a $3 pharmacist fee. So really interesting there. Now, it does say here that the company doesn't process insurance claims and requires customers to pay for their medications out of pocket. So that you do need to note that here. So that's kind of one of the uh, disclaimers there. So if you don't want to do that, then, just note that there. Noting its drug costs less than most insurance plans, deductibles, and copay requirements. Customers have to request a new prescription from their provider to place an order on this website. So yeah, again, it's kind of hey, stimulus money puts money in your pocket, but if you also can save money, hundreds or thousands of dollars a year, remember that in the Build Back Better package is reducing the cost of prescription drug pricing for over 100 million people. This is exactly like what Mark Cuban, who's actually one of my favorite entrepreneurs, I've been watching him on Shark Tank for, I don't even know how long that show's been on, like 10 years. It's one of my favorite shows. There's not too many entrepreneur shows out there. I like it because it shows the whole business side of how things work. And a lot of people don't really realize how businesses work. They think that businesses are just out to gouge them. It's not really how it works because a lot of businesses have slim margins, but in the case of pharmaceutical companies, yeah, they're not working on slim margins. You see, they're working on crazy, crazy margins. So Mark Cuban's actually bringing it down to realistic numbers. And in this case, if you want to work with the non-insurance company way to do it, it might be worth checking out. So definitely check that out. Okay, next let's go to Congress here. We'll go to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. Then we'll go to the Republicans. We have several different things to talk about. Here we go.
If I may ask one quick domestic question. Just yesterday you were talking again about the idea of chunking off parts of Build Back Better.
Yeah,
You could get
chunking, a bad word.
whatever.
Maybe not the right phrase.
What's the better word? Splitting off, breaking apart, seeing if there was a certain policy proposal that you maybe could get 60 votes on. Anything else you can tell us about which policy proposal you guys might feel hopeful about? Is it universal pre-K? Is it paid sick leave? Where do you guys feel like you might actually be able to get 10 Republicans?
Well, you tell me. Is there a proposal where there are 10 Republicans? I'm not aware of one. Maybe there is. And there are some senators who have been out there saying they support different components. I know Senator Romney has said he supports or is open to some component of the child tax credit. He's not the only one. Are there 10 Republicans they can get to support that? Great, let us know. We're happy to have a discussion about it. That's not what the president was talking about the other night. What the president was talking about is getting as much, although we're very open to that, but what the president was talking about is we have 50 votes in the Senate. We're going to get as much, a big mountain-sized chunk, whatever you want to call it, as much as we can of the Build Back Better agenda that we can get 50 votes for. There is clear agreement on some key goals, right? Lowering the cost of childcare, negotiating the price of prescription drugs, lowering the cost of elder care, making sure the wealthiest Americans and companies have to pay more, and the unfairness of the tax system. So what we have to figure out is how much of that we can get and get approval for.
So it sounds like your focus is still on a reconciliation partisan package.
Absolutely. It's not that it's not, but you tell me, or I know you've covered the Hill before, but are there 10 Republicans who are supporting we'd be happy to. We don't actually, it's kind of a mystery.
I remember when Ivanka Trump was up there talking
Well,
about
well,
paid
listen,
leave.
if there are 10 Republicans who want to come support the child tax credit or something else, great. They're welcome. Let's have a conversation about it. But, that's not, I don't really know why, none of us know why they're ceding the ground on supporting the lowering the cost of childcare to us, but so far they have.
So, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says she welcomes Republicans to come along and pass a bipartisan bill on multiple different things. For example, the child tax credits, which have now expired. Those January 15th payments did not go out to over 60 million children. $250 to $300 per month. She mentioned Republican Senator Mitt Romney has his own proposal for a child tax credit extension, or actually a child tax credit bill. His bill is actually for more money. It's for $250 for children under or over the age of 6, and actually more money for children under the age of 6. It's $350 instead of $300. But we would need 10 Republicans to come on board. That is a possibility. Will Republicans do that? We will have to see. I'll keep you updated. Will Republicans come on board for other type of things, possibly as well? Universal pre-K, kindergarten, or preschool. Will Republicans come on board for lowering the cost of prescription drugs? Will they come on board for childcare? Will they come on board for stimulus checks? Will they come on board for Paycheck Protection Program, business support? I'll get to that here in a second. We have some new news on that as well. Multiple different things. In fact, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, leader of the Republicans in the House of Representatives, was just asked about the child tax credits and some stimulus provisions for the people. And here's what he had to say.
Leader McCarthy, one thing that resulted from the big spending bill that Democrats did when Joe Biden first took office, with the checks and the monthly payment for parents, is a likely reduction in poverty, and especially child poverty. What do you think of that? How important is that in the context of the other economic things you've been talking about, like inflation and labor shortages?
You know what's interesting? You didn't mention what also happened with those checks? The Boston bomber got a check in jail. You know what the Republicans offered? To make sure that didn't happen. But the Democrats said no. The amount of waste, when you go back and see, offered going through, we believed we had the data to help those small businesses that need it to be able to stay open and go. But they chose to allow prisoners to have checks, and we think that's wrong. So what we're for is to make sure more people can work, more people have prosperity, more kids can go to school. Back to school, back to health, back to safety. It's pretty simple. We just hope the president would agree with that as well.
So Republican leader Kevin McCarthy was asked about what about the children and the child poverty that was reduced with the child tax credits, and he skirted the question and didn't answer it. So getting Republican support, you can let me know your thoughts on that. I don't know. Might be a little bit difficult. We'll have to see. I don't know. We'll have to see. Remember that Republicans did support the child tax credits back in 2017 with the Trump tax cuts. They passed that through the reconciliation process. It was different though, but they raised it from $1,000 to $2,000. Now it's $3,000 to $3,600. Well, at least it was last year. That's expired now. So, and there's no monthly payments. The monthly payments were a really big thing. Well, not only because they were increased from $2,000 to $3,000 to $3,600, but also because the monthly payment option really, really helps a lot of people because it gives them money every single month to pay for food, pay for rent, and gives them some money every month to really, pay for necessities, right? When you give people a lump sum, when tax return time tax return time comes, history shows, data shows, studies show it doesn't last 12 months. People just have a history of not being able to save well. So if you give somebody, for example, $2,000 in or $3,000 or $3,600 in monthly payments, it'll last the whole year. It has to. It's coming in monthly payments. You give someone $3,000 in a one lump sum. Do you think it's going to be there 12 months later? It may not, because of the person. Each person is different. But history shows, based on data, based on reports, based on studies, that the majority of people are not good savers. And again, every person's different, but it really just depends here. But the monthly payment option is a good option. I recommend it for most people. But right now, it's expired. So right now they're trying to figure out how to pass multiple different stimulus provisions here in 2022. The child tax credits being one of them, Social Security raises being another one. There's multiple different bills to raise Social Security benefits for seniors here in 2022. There's 2 or 3 different bills to raise Social Security benefits by $200 per month, or the Social Security 2100 Act to raise Social Security benefits to $1,341 per month. Would be the minimum floor level. That's on the block, as well as student loan forgiveness. We have multiple different things going on here with student loan forgiveness, as well as universal basic income and stimulus checks pushing. And we have millions of people pushing for stimulus checks, and as well as business support for businesses because of how bad businesses are doing right now. Check this out. Momentum is growing in Congress for new relief for businesses. There's several different talks growing or going in Congress right now for businesses, for COVID relief, for stimulus relief. This news story is out here today. New relief possibly for businesses, new relief out here possibly for restaurants, as restaurants are asking for more relief as the Omicron variant is just ravaging the industry, the travel industry, the restaurant industry. You see here, restaurants ask Congress for more aid as the Omicron variant. Omicron inflation woes crush small businesses in the U.S. A new survey shows. A lot of people are struggling right now. Small business owners are struggling right now. People on fixed income are struggling right now. People that work at small businesses are struggling right now. Remember, there were just a few days ago, there was 8.8 million people out sick due to the pandemic. And it's just really a lot of things are just exacerbated right now because of the pandemic. A lot of different things being talked about here. Momentum for small businesses, possible stimulus checks for people. You can see here, momentum is building on Capitol Hill for more virus relief funding to support restaurants and other businesses struggling to stay afloat in the face of the latest wave of the pandemic fueled by the Omicron variant. Lawmakers involved in negotiations say support has been building among members for legislation aimed at supporting businesses that have been disproportionately hit by the pandemic. Senator Ben Cardin, a Democrat from Maryland, chair of the Senate Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee, and a leader in discussions on the matter, expressed optimism this week when discussing he and Senator Roger Wicker's Republican from Mississippi efforts to gain more backing for a push among their colleagues. Quote, "We are continuing to try to get broader support," Cardin told The Hill, adding he thinks lawmakers are, quote, "pretty close to securing the necessary support for the push." Cardin said the primary talks in focus has been to replenish relief funding for restaurants after a previous batch of funds allocated by Congress ran out a few months back. The funding would come at a crucial time, advocates say, as restaurants continue to grapple with the economic effects of the ongoing pandemic, staffing shortages, and persist in parts of the nation, and inflation tax onto food costs. Yeah, so lots of different things being talked about, being discussed, potential proposals going to be happening here in the near future. Stimulus checks, child tax credit checks, stimulus packages, business relief, possibly paycheck protection program relief, possibly. Remember, call, email, and tweet your senators and your representatives here in Congress. There's going to be a big push coming here soon for all these different things. Let them know what you are in favor of. Let them know what you support. They're your representatives. So the pandemic is as worse as it's ever been. 7 to 800,000 new cases per day on an average basis of people getting sick. So Email them, call them, tweet them. They're your representatives. They're elected to support you guys, to be the voice of the people. So I'm here as a voice for you guys as well, but I'm not an elected official. I do get a lot of millions of people that watch me here. I do get senators and congressmen that watch me as well because they have they have contacted me and I have spoken with them. But definitely, I'm here as a voice for you guys. But you guys be a voice as well. Reach out to your representatives, call them, email, tweet them on Twitter. Let them know your thoughts. Comment down below. And I will be here for you guys every day as a voice with you guys as part of the community. I see your comments every single day. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss any new videos. After subscribing, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you get reminders when we go live with new videos. You can also click the share button down below to share this video with your friends and family. Click here to watch my newest video next, and click this video to see how there's different groups and different programs that are paying $500 per month to people right now with checks going out. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.